Can you dig it, Deviants, Daddios, and Daddiets? Dickie's back with another episode of the Comic Crypt, exclusively here on HPUSA TV. Make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button so you can keep up with all of our content, Monday through Friday at noon. Lots of other great shows on here, so be sure to subscribe. It's been a while since I've done some comic reviews. We had a couple other things going on, but I think last you saw, I unboxed the Still Ill Princess Cannibal Kitty #2, my rewards from the Kickstarter campaign. So I have dug into those. I have read issues 1 and 2, and I am here to fill you in on why you should check it out. First off, I am wearing my Lil Six Kannibal Kitty t-shirt that was part of the Kickstarter campaign. Had to have this. Hot girl with a tail, you know. Dickie's got a thing for tails. Got one of my own. But yeah, this shirt's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite shirts. Super comfortable. The gorgeous Lil Six Kannibal Kitty on the shirt from the cover of issue #1. See if I keep the glare off as I bring this up close to you here. Look at that art. This is issue #1 of Lil Six Kannibal Kitty from Still Ill Princess Productions. Now, this was not part of the Kickstarter. I ordered this with the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was for #2. I missed the Kickstarter for #1, and I had the books digitally, but I wanted to get a signed copy, so I did. So this is a signed copy. If you can see, it has the creators, Dan and Knightmare's signatures there at the bottom. We're going to get into that real quick. Lil Six Kannibal Kitty is from Still Ill Princess Productions, created, written, and colored by Knightmare Lynch, and co-created, drawn, colored, and lettered by Dan Mendoza. Now, if you're familiar with Dan Mendoza, you know his previous work like Zombie Tramp, and currently Sad Girl PsychoBaby is one of his properties on Still Ill Princess Productions. And Lil Six is the latest addition to the Still Ill universe, I guess you could say. At least I think she is. She's the last one that I've been reading. There might be some other characters in there, but I think she's the newest one with her own book. So, let's dig in. Issue 1, again, I'll pop it out here so you can see it. Oh, also, notice my print of Cannibal Kitty. Gotta have it. Gotta have that cool stuff. They have tons of this stuff. There's books, there's prints, there's a bunch of stuff. If you go to stillillprincess.com, you can get it all there. I will put links and all that in the description, so you can check it all out and pick up some of this awesome independent comic book work. So, digging into issue 1, you know, right off the bat, we get introduced to Lil Six and get a little backstory on her. Her father was a magician and passed his magic on to her. She can transform from a cat into a human cat with a tail. She can transform to a full human form as well. And she also has a demonic form that she can transform into when she wants to get bloody. Issue 1 got right to it. It kicked off with some nudity and sex. This is not a kid's comic book. This is a mature adult comic book. A lot of nudity, good amount of sex, a lot of gore, violence, blood, dismemberments, all kinds of great stuff in here. So, the story itself, though, is pretty entertaining so far. In the first issue, we get the backstory on her father being a magician and her relationships with some of the other characters in the Still Ill universe. Then she goes out for a little drag racing, comes across some post-apocalyptic looking punks who try to give her a hard time, and she teaches them a lesson. If you want to know more, you got to read it, obviously, but it's pretty gratuitous. If you've read Zombie Tramp, you know that Dan gets pretty gnarly with his gore. He doesn't pull any punches in this one as well. The punks just get ripped to shreds in some of the most graphic ways possible. Lil Six goes back to her home in the Hell Realm, and there's an invader who gets past all her defenses, and he is this creepy skull clown who, to be continued. So, moving on to issue number 2, and this was the kicker for me when I saw on Kickstarter that Dan had done a homage cover here of Lil Six in Morticia Addams, the classic Morticia Addams seated pose here. So it's a beautiful cover. You get both your risque version. I got both the risque version and the safe for work version. Both signed again down at the bottom by Dan and Knightmare. Both, thank you very much. We'll put the boobies down for this one, and I'll hold this one up while we talk about issue number 2. So issue number 2 moves the story along a little more. Starts off with we find out who the Scratch character is that we left off issue 1 with. Six does some sexual interrogation of the character, I guess you could say. Very interesting stuff, and she wants to know who he is, how he got in, all this stuff, and right in the middle of everything, she is transported to somewhere else, and the somewhere else is our Earth. So she pops up in our Earth. She's totally naked with a cat tail and ears. She transforms into a cat because she's in the middle of the city, and runs off down an alleyway and comes across a skater being bullied by some bullies. He's being bullied by some guys, and they turn on her, and she tells him to leave him alone, and next thing you know, she is saving the boy from the bullies. And yeah, spoilers, I guess. But she goes home with the boy, and this is going to be her friend here in our reality, and the kind of geeky skateboard kid who now has the best friend who is super hot demon cat woman with magical powers. So this just seems like a recipe for fun as she reveals herself to this guy at the end of the book, and you know, I guess we'll see where we're going from there. Once again, Lil Six Kannibal Kitty is from Still Ill Princess Productions, stillillprincess.com, Knightmare, Lynch, and Dan Mendoza, the creators. This is a mature read, not for kids. But lots of gore, lots of nudity, lots of sex, all this good stuff in here in a comic book. So check it out. Go to their website and check it out. Support independent comics, support independent music, movies, all this stuff. So many creators out there making all this awesome horror stuff, all this spooky stuff for you guys. Make sure you support. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like. If you've read some of Dan's work, if you've read this comic in particular and enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it, whatever, you want to leave some feedback, go ahead and leave it down there. I will be coming back soon with an interview with Dan Mendoza and Knightmare Lynch, creators of Lil Six Kannibal Kitty. So be sure to stay tuned. All right.